Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for a very special webinar today, where the Agremo team will take us through a live demo of their platform and demonstrate how you can use it to improve your operation from analytics to application. The team also has a very special surprise for attendees, so please stay tuned. Before we get started, a few friendly reminders. Questions will be entertained after the presentation, during the live Q&A, apologies. Please use the Q&A menu option at the bottom of your screen to submit your questions. This webinar will be recorded and available online after the live event. Please feel free to share this content with your network. After the webinar ends, you will be presented a brief survey. Please complete this and provide your honest feedback to help us improve. Now, I would like to introduce your speakers. First, we have Rastko. He is the co-founder and COO and has been with the company since its inception. He has played a key role in shaping Agremo's global strategy, expanding its presence across global markets, and driving the adoption of AI-powered solutions in agriculture. With extensive experience working alongside growers, agronomists, drone service providers, and agribusinesses worldwide, Rastko brings valuable insights into the practical application of precision agriculture technologies. Our second presenter is Nicola, technical sales representative. He has been part of the Agremo team for more than 7 years and has extensive hands-on experience helping customers successfully implement drone-based and satellite-powered analytics into their operations. Throughout his career at Agremo, he has worked closely with clients across multiple regions, driving technical guidance and demonstrating how data-driven decision-making can improve efficiency, crop monitoring, and overall farm performance. His practical experience makes him an excellent resource for showcasing real-world application and results. Now, I'm going to hand it over to them so they can walk you through the platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sebastian. Hello, everybody. My name is Rastko, and I'm one of the co-founders of Agremo. I have been in company since the very beginning, working closely with the customers, with the partner, and in business development. Before we get started, I would like to thank DroneNerds for partnering with Agremo. We are very, very excited about this opportunity to bring together DroneNerds industry-leading hardware and drones and Agremo's AI, and to create a complete solution that gives every agricultural professionals everything they need, from data collection to actionable insights. I would also like to thank you, everybody who are joining webinar today. I hope you will find interesting, also valuable, and see how this combination of software and hardware can help you to be more efficient in operation on the fields, and at the end to make better decisions in the fields. For those who are new to Agremo, let me briefly introduce who we are and what we are doing. Agremo is a precision ag platform designed to help ag producers, custom applicators, ag professionals to improve their field scouting, to optimize crop production, and at the end to increase the yields of the farmers and everybody who is doing the farming. With the power of AI, Agremo platform offers unique crop and field data that no other platform can do fully automatized. I would say that right now we are almost 11 years of agricultural AI innovation. We started in 2015. We launched our first AI plant count solution in 2016. That was first worldwide solution which counted plants automatically from drone images with power of our AI, with no human in the loop. Then we extended our models and our algorithms with plant health analysis and help users to monitor their crops with plant vigor. I like to call plant vigor NDVI on steroids, with weed detection, canopy cover, water lodging, and a bunch of all other very, very important and key agronomical indicators of the fields which can be done with the drones. In 2018, we started one process which is very, very important for us, and that's integration, because we think without integration, you cannot be alone on this market. And our first integration was with John Deere Operations Center. So we pull out the boundaries and the fields and push the spraying files for variable application and for spot spraying. In 2020, we continued this process and we did first integration with the spraying drones, that was DJI. And actually the first spraying map for spot spraying and variable spraying for commercial use in US was made by Agremo and uploaded in T40 and T50 and spray. That was voluntary corn in soybean and second application of nitrogen in the corn. So the first maps for variable and spot spray was made by Agremo. We also continued this path of integration with other drone for the spraying, and the latest one is ABZ. We are quite excited about that integration as well. We have very good and positive experience about ABZ drones, and we think that will be made something huge on the market. So today, Agremo connect drone mapping, AI analytics, prescription map, field operation into single platform that works seamlessly with the wide range of the drones and the sensors and the spraying system and agricultural machinery. We have two offices. One is in Europe, another one is California, and we are supporting our users worldwide, globally. Our largest user base is from North America because the drone market in North America is most mature market worldwide, following by Europe and Latin America. But we also see increase and very interesting market in South Africa and Australia as well. The two most common workflows of all our customers today are spraying operation and crop management. So if you're a custom applicator or drone spraying companies, you will get from Agremo orthomosaics and field boundaries. You can make operation and do flat, variable, and spot spraying. If you're doing flat spraying, you have features of obstacles and no spray zones. At the end, we also calculate exact spray volume. So if you're spraying operators, you have everything on one place to do your spraying operation. If you're a farmer, if you're agronomist, crop consultants, or if you're serving farmer, agronomists, and crop consultants, you will get high resolution drone maps, automated AI analysis for stand count and emergency rate, and from crop health and different field variability insights with different type of analysis, like I already explained, stand weed, vigor, canopy cover, and others. All on one platform, all supported, multiple agricultural workforce supported on one platform, and we will present everything this in live demo. Everything that we do at Agremo is built about 6 core principles. The first one is open platform. So we are working with any drone for the mapping, commercial. We are not working with the hobby. You need to have commercial drone, sensors, or machinery ecosystem. If you are doing the farming or do something with the farmers, you know how time sensitive, how time slots sometimes are limited to do some operation on the field. So for us, efficiency is very important. We are covering RGB and multispectral processing, but for let's say standard field of 100 acres, if you do flying and mapping with 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters target resolution, which is enough for our analysis and our algorithms, you can cover 100-acre fields with one battery. That's 20-25 minutes, and you are ready for all our AI analysis. Also, we are fully automatized, so there is no human in the loop. If you are using Agremo, you need to just put two buttons to annotate to boundary, create the boundaries of the field, and request the analysis, and our AI will process everything and give you the results. Also very important for us is accuracy. We are analyzing entire field. We are not sampling. So every single inch, every single pixel, every single centimeter of the field is analyzed. Our reports are friendly, user-friendly, very easy to understand, very clear. And what is most important, you can act immediately with our reports. So the farmers or everybody who is doing the farming know what to do next with our reports. We are cloud solution, and cloud collaboration is very easy if you are using Agremo. So we are supporting multiple roles, multiple access users. But what is also very, very important, sharing. You can share very, very easily data with the farmers, consultants, inside the company, outside the company, give them access to view only, to evaluate the maps and everything else. So everything is on two button. That's all from me for now. I will pass over to Nicola to live demo. As Sebastian said, Nicola is a long time in Agremo. He did a lot of use cases and he will present all the features, but maybe more important, present use cases, how you can use real use cases, real scenarios, how to use Agremo.
Thank you, Rasko. Thank you for handing over the torch to me, also for the lovely introduction to you and to Sebastian. Also, I want to thank DroneNerds for this opportunity. I'm very also glad to see some of the familiar cases in our audience, so I bet they already know what I'm about to talk about. Today, I'm about to show you some of the use cases that I prepared for you. The main one is obviously our top shelf product, that is the stand count. Why the stand count is our top shelf product is because we are the unique solution on the market regarding the plant count. And why is that? It's because we can apply stand count analysis through whole growing season of your crops, not just, for example, like vegetables, potatoes, and orchards. Those are easy, but we can also count plants very precisely on, for example, corn, soybean, wheat, yes, even wheat and barley, even in later stages of development, when canopy is completely closed. There are few displays of our results. Right now, what I'm showing to you is a potato field. This is how it looks like. And with Agremo, it's very important to build trust, not just between Agremo and our users, but also between service providers and farmers, because it's completely different thing when you can show to the farmers real results and the accuracy of those results. For instance, over here, you can see dot output of our algorithm, where one dot is assigned to one plant. And we cannot mislead you. You can see with your own eyes the accuracy and the quality of our work. In this use case, to be more precise, as you can see, like the potato farm, farmer wanted to know, obviously, his stand count. With stand count analysis, Agremo stand count analysis, you will be getting three different types of the outputs. The first one is average plant density per acre. That is mostly used for field crops. Then total number of the plants applicable to, for example, potato, vegetables, orchards, and stuff like that. And maybe in majority of the cases, the most important thing is something that I like to call crop performance, and that is the difference between the seeding norm and the actual number of plants counted by Agremo AI. This farmer in particular, he wanted to know, okay, what is my stand count, because I want to plan all of the operations for the rest of the season based on the stand count and also to have their early yield estimate. But then he noticed there's a 47% under the norm. That's huge. A lot of potato is missing from the field, and he wanted to know, okay, why I'm having such a bad result on this field. Maybe my variety doesn't fit this soil in particular, or something like that. But in this case, we were able to zoom in into some places and to see that there are a lot of rows in sequence that are not planted at all. So it was the planter malfunction. In this case, seeding metering device wasn't working properly. Then he utilized our tool zone management in order to know, okay, what is the exact area that is not planted. That's just one of the cases that I'm about to show you for the stand count and precise crop counting. Now I'll jump really quickly to our second analysis that is called plant count and size. That type of analysis is especially designed for vegetables, for orchards, but also for crops, for example, like Christmas trees, crops that are not overlapping, like mango trees, avocado trees, and stuff like that. I'll jump into our broccoli map and show some of the results that we pre-generated over here. So the stand count, plant count and size analysis actually should be called plant count, size, and health, because there's one more thing that analysis is doing. But in a nutshell, this analysis will obviously count all of your plants, but will also provide you a possibility to classify your plants based on the size of every single broccoli in this case. So what we can do, I'll zoom in and load results just in a couple of seconds. What you can do, if you click on edit, you can move the slider and classify your plants into different size groups. So what are the benefits? For example, you may ask, well, there's a triple benefit for this farmer. First of all, he knew exactly what part of the field is ready for harvest. That's first benefit. Second benefit, he knew exactly how many plants he has in premium class. For broccoli iceberg, for example, it's classified based on the size of the canopy. So he'll know exactly how many plants he'll have in premium class, first class, and second class. And then the third benefit is benefit based on the plant health. Now, this analysis is only based on vegetation indexes that you can check. And I'll zoom out a bit for you to see how and what farmer saw. He saw parts of the field that actually are struggling in health department. So he'll know exactly where to navigate and apply different agriculture measurement, but most importantly, where to go to the field in order to see where are the crops, broccoli in this case, having struggles with the health department. Okay, so the results will load in a couple of seconds. While we're waiting for results to load, there are other analyses that are applicable in cases like this. For example, like water logging, where you can manage water logging and malfunction of the irrigation system and stuff like that. The second, basically the third stand count analysis that I want to show you, and maybe the most impressive one, is a stand count on corn. Even in early phases of development of the corn, we can count plants. So if you already have a demo with me, then you're familiar with this field. This is my favorite field because it has everything on it. So what you'll see a cornfield in very bad shape, obviously that we need for our demo field. And I'll load really quickly our stand count analysis. So what we will see only through the color coding is that there are some parts of the field that have very bad emergency rate. Now, based on that bad emergency rate, obviously you can plan rest of the season, but what you can do, you can also go to tools, you can go to zone management tool, and to create zones that you need to replant, just like this. This can be your replanting map. And even though a couple of years ago, I was also skeptic, do we really can do plant count in early stages of development where you can replant corn, that is V1, V2 phase, maximum V3. But yes, we can. And that's something that we confirmed during 5, 6, 7 seasons before this. So this is how you can quantify your plant emergency. This is how you can create a replanting map, just export it, and this is where you will replant. So you can see there are multiple benefits that you can have out of our stand count analysis. When you download results, this is from potato field that I showed you previously. This is how the PDF file looks like. PDF file is the core of our analysis, something obviously that you can share, as Rasko already told you. At the top of the PDF file, you'll have mapping survey data. Then all of the metrics that you are having on the app will be printed right over here, as well as the comment that you left on the app. Second page is just visual representation of the result in case that farmer of yours doesn't have access to Agremo app. One more important thing about this report is that we do allow co-branding. So here, instead of Agremo, you can upload logo of your own company, and here, name of your company as well. So those are stand count analysis, some of the use cases that we are having on it. Second field that I'm about to show you is our soybean field with some of the weeds that are scattered across the field. Now, there are two ways how you can deal with weeds that are all over your field. The first, of course, you can apply flat spray and you can blanket spray the whole field. But why blanket spray, I don't know, 50, 100, 200 acres of the field when you can target only exact area where the weeds are present? And yes, we cover green on brown cases. That's quite easy. Obviously, that's something that you can do even with vegetation indexes in Agremo. But we are the, I think, still only solution on the market right now that can quantify, label weeds in green on green cases. Just like this. I'll remove results really quickly for you to see weeds that are scattered across the field. Our AI can make the difference between weeds and your crop. Why is that? Because of the several different layers of the analysis, how we're doing it. Most importantly, with this weed map, what you can do, well, instead of spraying the whole field, you can go to our tools and you can go to the prescription maps, something that is already pre-generated for you. We are integrated, as Rasko already told you, with majority of the spraying drones and majority of the ground sprayers as well. This is how your spraying map can look like. So the red zone is the zone that we are targeting. You can create spot spraying, you can create a variable rate spraying if you like. In this case, obviously, we created a spot spraying map. With this kind of setup, with 6 gallons per acre that you will be using in red zone, the spraying zone, you have savings of almost 80% on the whole field. So you're saving on the herbicide, you're saving on the water, you're saving on the time spent on the field, you're also protecting the environment and a lot of things besides that. So that's the direct savings and direct benefits for applicators and mostly for the farmers. Next thing that I'm about to show you is invasive species, like invasive weeds. We have possibility of fine-tuning our algorithms based on your needs, what type of the weeds you are looking for. Invasive species, here it is. Second to load it and to show what we have done in Australia for our farmers field. So in this case, we wanted to quantify and label only the blackberry as invasive species. And here it is. This is how the result looks like. So as I was saying, there is possibility to fine-tune algorithms based on your feedback to search for some of the invasive species in your fields, in pastures, you name it. This is how it looks like. Again, tools, spraying tool, create prescription map, export it to your spraying drone or to your John Deere Operation Center, because we are one of the software connected companies. That's invasive species. Now I'm about to show you what we have done in health management. So this is a field with corn, and corn wasn't developing as it should. So farmer asked for the drone operator, and he quantified a plant health. As Rasko is calling this analysis NDVI on steroids. It's much it's more powerful than just NDVI. NDVI cannot quantify these certain things because NDVI is just one vegetation index that is working on greenness of the plants, nothing else. With our plant vigor analysis, you are able to quantify general plant health on your field. So here it is. almost 50% of the field is, let's say, healthy, but also is not healthy. 50% of the field. So obviously you need to do something. You need to apply different agriculture measurements. The first one that's coming to your mind, obviously, is fertilizing. You need to recover your field as soon as possible. So how are you going to do it? Well, you will apply variable rate fertilizer based on Agremo's plant health map. This is how it looks like. Obviously, red zones are the most endangered zones. And over there, you want to apply, I don't know, 20, 15, 50, I don't know how many gallons. It's up to you how many gallons per acre you want to use. Then in zones where plant health is, let's say, okayish, you can apply only 50% of the recommended dosage. Even with this kind of setup, you're saving 36% on your fertilizer, on your water, on everything. 36% with this kind of setup. To confirm this, we have compare tool. Now, compare tool obviously can compare analysis to analysis through different point of time. This is our analysis before applying the fertilizer. I'll just load the flight after, and this is flight, I think, maybe 2 weeks after the fertilizer appliance. And this is the difference between before and after. On the right side of your screen, I'm not sure if you can see it, I'll try to zoom in a bit. You can see something that we are interested in. Excellent zone with excellent plant health. At the first map, we had only 15%. Then we applied variable fertilizer. Just 2 weeks after, almost 70% of the field has excellent plant health. This is how you can confirm that you are doing a great job for your farmer, or if you are a farmer, obviously, this is just a confirmation that you are doing a great job on your map. You can go to swipe mode and just drag the line in order to see before and after applying some of the agriculture measurements on your field. Just 2 more things and I'll leave you be. So even though we are mostly focused on drone analytics, we are also integrated with satellites, and we have satellite monitoring. Now, satellite monitoring can be good for several different things. Obviously, what you'll do with it, you will track the general plant health on certain area. You don't even need a drone map. Obviously, you just draw a boundary and you will have a satellite monitoring of the field. So what you'll do, you will just monitor field even without mapping, and through the season, if everything is fine, you might not even visit the field, you might not even spray or do whatever you want with your field. But in some cases, there will be something bad happening to your field, and our AI will automatically send you an email that you're having some of the alerts, something bad happening on your field. We have 3 different types of the alerts, that is bad emergency, uneven development, or significant drop of the vegetation indexes. Just like here, we are having 3 different types of the alerts. This is a timeline where you can see all of the images generated by Agremo, so you will be getting 1 satellite image per week if the cloud coverage allows us to have it. One more thing, something that Rasko already talked about, is sharing the data. It's one thing when you send an email to your user or farmer saying, okay, this is your report, or you just hand out the paper with some of the stats. Completely different thing is when you allow your customers to access Agremo app and see whatever you have generated for him. Especially because the new generation of farmer is uprising and they are tech savvy, they are familiar with solutions like this. This is something that they're interested in. So what you can do, you can share the whole field with them, their field, obviously, assign him viewer role, and he will be able to see everything that you generated for him. Just like this, click on plus, click on share, and you're done. Completely free. This farmer will be able to see all of the details that you generated for him. That's about it from me. I showed you just a couple of percentage of what we can do here on Agremo, because we are short on time. I won't waste any more of this valuable resource. So here I am handing the talking stick back to my colleague and friend Rasko. Rasko, the spotlight is yours.
Thank you, Nicola. Great presentation as always with you. As I said, quite extensive knowledge about a lot of use cases, about our users, how their use Agremo in real world scenarios. Before we go on Q&A section, I just want to announce one exclusive offer for this webinar. Using this QR code and registering on registration page, you have the option to enter code DroneNerds. You will get an extended Agremo trial for 1 month or full access to the platform with all the features that Nicola present, with more maps and analytics than in standard trial, which is limited just to 2 maps, with more processing capacity, with more acreage to test in the real projects, Agremo. And you will also get our full support for those one who are registered with DroneNerds code, full technical support, how to use Agremo, how to, not just how to use Agremo, but for whole workflow. What is the best setup for the mapping, what we are suggesting for the drones, for different use cases like counting, like weeds and everything else. So please scan, use DroneNerds code. And also, I think after the follow-up of the webinar, we will also have something interesting for everybody who register with DroneNerds code.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for that amazing presentation. And now it is time for the Q&A session. Let's see. I saw that this one had been answered as far as the height, altitude. So let's go to the next one. I want to ask, can a Mavic 3 multispectral identify different varieties of sugarcane? And can Agremo do the plant counts in the sugarcane field?
Sebastian, I would like to answer also. This is very common question about first about the altitude and everything else. So I will answer first on that, and then I skip to maybe, or Nicola can go on the next one about the sugarcane. So the question about the flight altitude overlapping and the setup is quite common. With the latest DJI generation of the mapping done and DJI pilot, it's quite simple. Just hit target resolution 2.5 centimeters, 2.4, 2.6. There is no need to be precise, but around 2.5 centimeter or 1 inch, and left everything else to auto settings from DJI pilot application, and that's enough. So flight altitude, flight speed, overlapping will be set up in DJI pilot.
And that will all be set up automatically. Great.
Yes, everything automatically.
Perfect. All right, so what's the time between mapping and the finished spot spray map?
We have several use cases. So it can be up from 30 minutes to 1 working day, depending on the type of the spot spraying and what type of analysis you are using. So if you are using vegetation indexes and green on brown solution, that can be done in 30 minutes. If we are doing some more complex things like individual weeds, green on green, then that can be from 4 hours up to I think 15, 16 hours, depending on the processing time.
Amazing. And can we easily export raw data and reports into Excel or tools like Power BI?
In Excel, yes. We didn't present that, so you have full history of all analysis, everything else that can be export in CSV file, and then you can transfer that in Excel. But we didn't integrate with some other reporting tools. But you can import CSV files very easily for sure in those tools, and you can have everything.
Great.
And just one more thing to build up on Rasko. I'm not sure if in audience we are having some of the researchers or researcher companies. We have a completely different product from this, what I've already showed to you. It's called field trials. So we have product that will solve your struggles with the small plots, experimental plots. Over there, you will be able to export results on plot base in Excel. So that's the output of the algorithm, if there are any researchers in our audience, just to point that out.
Great. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. How long does it usually take to get this fully set up and rolled out across a large company?
That's one of the great question. Actually, we started first projects in the large enterprise companies with the multiple users, and we have very experienced team to set up everything from how to map, how to organize data, how to name, up to how to analyze and share insight. Sometimes we had very speed up projects in 2 weeks. Doing that if the users already have some experience with the drones. Otherwise, we can create full project and set up everything very fast. So that's something that is we like to do also with big enterprise companies, and we worked a lot of before.
Great. Thank you. Next question. Can you differ and tell between different types of weeds?
There are, Nicola, do you want to answer maybe that? It's more from your agriculture point and use cases.
In majority of the cases, we are quantifying all of the vegetation that is not our target crop, but there is a possibility to import ground truth images and for us to fine-tune algorithms in that way, so we can search only for the weed that you want us to search for. So there is a possibility, yes.
Great. Next question, let's see. How hard is it to move current data into your system without causing downtime for our team?
Everything depends on internet speed. We are cloud solution and everything. If you have decent internet, then it's very easy. If we are talking about sharing data, as Nicola presented, if you have multiple roles, then quite easy, almost immediately. Also, if we have different integration with different software companies, not just spraying companies. So if you are pulling some of your data on some cloud servers like Google or I don't know others, then we can pull data from those locations, and then it's even faster.
Great, thank you so much. And thank you for everyone that's asking questions. Let's go to the next one. A lot of my clients own vineyards and orchards. What insights could I provide them with your program that other applications cannot?
Nicola, please.
Rasko, do you want me? Okay, sure. Vineyards are hard to analyze because there is a lot of space in between rows, and majority of the things that are happening is happening inside of the canopy of the row. But we have a workaround for it, and we can provide our customers with precise plant count, sometimes even plant count per row. If that's possible, then also we can provide gaps. Meaning that we can provide exact point location where you're missing your plants, and also how many plants you're missing on your field. On top of that, of course, you can have a plant health, maybe even weed identification if that's something that you're interested in.
And canopy cover, I know that also.
Canopy coverage, of course, yeah.
And this next question is, I believe, pertaining to the offer you guys presented at the end there. How long is it available for? Would it be enough to get an entire team onboarded?
Mm, Just a second. Can you go once more?
Yes. How long is the offer available for? And would it be enough time to get an entire team onboarded? Or, how are you guys dealing with that for teams?
If we are talking about the offer for extended trial, I think it will be by end of this week, and I think we will do some follow-ups after this after this in other emails. But I'm not sure when we are talking about entire team, how many members and everything else. But you can reach out to us directly after this meeting. You can enter the codes, register, and then we can speak about the setup of the team and everything else, since we are talking about organization, feature, and everything else.
Sounds great. Um, have you worked with coffee production in Brazil?
Yes, we have. And one of my dear friends is actually also one of our customers from Brazil. We are working with coffee. We can provide you with exact plant count, plant health, and also, for example, we managed to detect damage caused by frost. That's something that's interesting.
That's great. Thank you. Next question. Joel says, I believe I have talked with Nicola. My interest is in identifying Japanese knotweed with a drone. Is that possible?
Hey, Joel. Yes, yes, it is possible. Certain prerequisites needs to be met. Obviously, size of the plants and the whole. If, for example, if you're talking about pastures, the multicultural fields. But yes, if the weed is big enough, we can identify it.
Great. And next question, is the data stored within the EU?
Yes, it is. So our servers are in Germany.
Great. Easy answer there. Hi, I was wondering when we are trying to do stand count to be able, sorry, I was wondering when we are trying to do stand count to be able to find the right area to replant, will we be able to do the analysis in earlier growing stages eventually for soybeans and corn?
Yes, yes. Even in V1, V2 phase, when you can replant, we can identify zones with low emergency rate, and you can replant based on our reports.
Oh yes, Hassan, let me go back. I'm sorry about that. Um, so let me see. I want to ask, can Mavic M3 multispectral identify different varieties of sugarcane, and can Agremo do the plant counts in the sugarcane field?
We can
Rasko,
do
do you want to take this one or?
we can do the plant counts in sugarcane. I know that we are doing, but I'm not sure that we have use case about identify different varieties. We have for others, possibly, if there are difference between those varieties, which can be in spectral signature. Yes, why not? We did it for others, but I need to check. I don't know that from top of my head for sugarcane.
Yeah, just type in the code and test it. Why don't you do that?
Great. Thank you. And how do we import specific wheat picks for you guys to target?
Oh, okay, okay. So when you load the drone map, you will be able to access point tool or location tool that you will assign to weeds that you see on the field. By doing that, you will be also able to import or upload up to 3 images per one pin. So that's something, and then request with detection analysis. Our AI will be able to access the comments and the pictures that you uploaded, and it will find you itself and search for the specific weed.
Let's see, next question. Can you describe in more detail how the drone is accomplishing spot spraying? He's asking if you guys have a video. I'm not sure, maybe we can send it in the chat, Yelena, if that's possible, but if you could describe in more detail how spot spraying is accomplished, would be great.
Yes, we have a detailed tutorial about it. Yelena, please share it in the chat. In the few sentences, you are using RX tool, create the zones depending on the drone type. For DJI is 3x3, for XAG is 5x5. Every producers have their own zones. You assign the rates, download that data. You will get zip file with everything specific for that drone type, upload to the drone, and you can then do the spraying. So very simple process, but we will send the detailed explanation in the comment.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Bruno asks, there is technology available to measure a crop's actual productivity directly, not through inference or mathematical models, but through direct measurement using a specific wavelength band. Is a question. I guess, is there technology available to do that?
It is, but as Bruno said, maybe it is better to do that via email. It is complex question how we can do it. Based on biomass, based on different, again, for example, if you are talking about corn for silage, everything is connected for biomass, and you can measure that through different bands. If you're talking about the canola, again, different things, but let's do it like Bruno suggests through emails. This is very complex question.
Perfect, thank you. And are we able to fine-tune the algorithm for the weed detection on certain weeds with doing differing testing plots of high and low weed detection? The AI helper on Agremo was telling me the steps to do it, but I couldn't find some of the functions to be able to complete the fine-tuning.
Very gladly, that will help us, especially if we are talking about some big problem for the users. So that's something that we are constantly doing, tuning our algorithms to be better and better. And if you are willing to help us with some ground truth imagery or just giving us some insights about it, like Nicola described, maybe Nicola, you can very briefly present how to put the pin and the comment when they're requesting the analysis. Yes, that will help us.
I also think that Shay is here talking about plots, something that I briefly visited, a completely different product. Yes, you can have multiple plots, and yes, we have a solution for high and low weed detection per each plot. We also have a possibility for you to rate your plots and also to compare plots between each other. So yeah, there is a solution for that. Just reach out to us and we'll go through it.
Does the platform work well with standard RGB drone cameras, or do we need multispectral imagery to get accurate plant and weed counts?
You can do it with the RGB imagery. So this is wide range of use cases for RGB imagery and for multispectral imagery. But as I said, efficiency is very important for us. And when you're doing RGB, you can fly it much faster and collect the data much faster. So our database is quite big for RGB, even much bigger than multispectral, and our algorithms are built to process RGB imagery. We are not using just spectral signature. We are using different features like plant height, plant texture in order to recognize weeds. So that's why with RGB imagery, our algorithms are very accurate. So in short, yes, with multispectral, you can get a wide range of different indexes, vegetation indexes, so also use cases for that. But if you want to count the plants, you can use even very good setup is Mavic 3M multispectral, but with RGB data.
Great suggestion. Thank you. And can you do plots in commercial fields as a way to reduce flight time, for example, for plant counts?
As I said, flight time for standard 100-acre fields is 20 minutes. Maybe if we split fields on several plots and have the results on plot basis, you will get that in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not sure is that so much important if you're doing the counting, but let that is the setup of the flight. We can process that if you do the spots, but that is the setup of the flight. It's not on our side.
Great, thank you. And is there a minimum plant diameter for stand counts, for example, for chicory?
Nicola, do you want to answer on this?
Yeah, it depends on the quality of the image that you provide to us. The standard quality image for weed detection, for example, for that specific weed is 1.5 centimeters per pixel. If you have in diameter, for example, 3 or 4 inches, yeah, we can identify those.
Great, and this next question sort of goes into that as well. Can the program identify stages of weeds to be able to create boundaries to attack weeds that can only be sprayed at certain stages?
Yes. You can identify different weed patches and weeds, and then you can use zonation tool to, based on density of those patches, create the zones. So if you have low density areas with zonation tool, you will exclude that from spraying application. And if you have high dense weeds, that means more developed weed patches, you will include with the zonation tool and the spray. So with the zonation tool, you can do that. Zonation, it is after you run the weed analysis, you will use zonation tool.
That's right. And even when we deliver analysis results, you can even manually modify results. So you can delete those weeds that you do not want to be included and add weeds that you want to include. So everything is in your hands with Agremo.
Great. We have time for a few more questions. Is the platform able to do yield forecasting? If yes, what is the procedure and what data is required for it in sugarcane fields?
If you're using as a tool, you can, there is no single analysis to hit give me yield forecast, but multiple flights with multiple analysis and overlaying those data can give you more precise information to do the yield forecast. Let's schedule the demo because that's the whole thing about Agremo, how to monitor field through the season to be better in yield forecast. But if we are doing proper monitoring, yes.
Great. And are you able to use sub 250-gram drones like the Mini 5 Pro?
I'm not sure. Can we use Mini 5 Pro?
As long as your drone has a software for autonomous flight, yes.
Great. Thank you so much. We're almost at time, so I believe that's all the time we have for questions today. Thank you guys so much for joining. We do have one more announcement. As a reminder, Elevate UAV is coming up fast, and as a thank you for joining this webinar, we are offering exclusive savings with this code, which is Web30. You can scan here, but you will also receive it with the recap email. This is sure to be the biggest and best Elevate UAV summit yet at the beautiful Gulfstream Park in Miami, and a great opportunity to connect with leaders in the drone industry. We really can't wait to see you there. Like I said, the code will be in the recap email as well. And thank you so much for the Agremo team and for everyone who joined us during this webinar. Have a great day. Thank you.